For decades, the standard formula for a career has meant taking out a multi-year student loan, sitting in a classroom, and hoping it all pays off later. But there is an entirely different path available. You can actually earn a high-paying living while simultaneously being taught a respected trade. In Washington state, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW, is the organization that coordinates this training. The IBEW represents thousands of professionals across the state, negotiating for the high wages, safety standards, and healthcare benefits that the industry is known for. To train new members, the union uses local training centers known as the JATC, or the Joint Apprenticeship and Training Committee. A JATC operates like a local college campus for the electrical trades, and you will find them scattered all across Washington, from Puget Sound to the Inland Empire. When you enter this system, you generally choose between three main career paths. There is the inside wireman, who builds the complex electrical systems in commercial and industrial buildings. There is the limited energy technician, focusing on low-voltage systems like voice, data, and security networks. And there is the residential wireman, who powers homes and apartment buildings. The electrical trade is a highly structured career system. By choosing one of these specialized entry points, you bypass college tuition entirely and replace it with a consistent, growing paycheck. Entering the system requires following a specific blueprint. The first step is meeting the basic requirements. You must be at least 18 years old, possess a valid driver's license, and hold a high school diploma or a GED. Looking at this minimum qualifications document, there is one specific academic requirement that often catches people off guard. You must have completed 1 full year of high school algebra with a passing grade of C or better. If you struggled with math in high school and do not have that required C grade, you are not locked out. You can bypass this hurdle completely by taking and passing an approved online tech math course. Once you meet those basics, the second step is submitting your application to your local JATC. This process involves filling out a form and paying a small fee between $25 and $50. On this same document, you will notice a strict requirement for sealed official transcripts. This means your high school grades must be delivered in an unopened envelope directly from your school. The training center uses this rule to guarantee the documents are authentic and haven't been altered. These initial administrative steps act as gatekeepers. The training program invests heavily in its apprentices, and navigating these simple hurdles proves your basic reliability and commitment before the real evaluation begins. Step 3 is the aptitude test. This exam does not test your electrical knowledge. Instead, it evaluates your reading comprehension and math capacity to ensure you can handle the rigorous classroom instruction. For the math portion of this test, there is a strict rule you need to be prepared for. Calculators are entirely prohibited. You will be doing all the algebra and basic arithmetic by hand on scratch paper. As this scoring scale shows, the aptitude test is graded from 1 to 9. You must hit a specific minimum score, usually a 4 or a 5, depending on your local program, just to qualify for the next round. If you pass the test, you reach step 4, the interview. Sitting before a panel of union and contractor representatives, you will be evaluated on your personality, your reliability, and your overall work ethic. This waitlist shows how hiring works. The committee takes your test and interview scores to create a combined score. A higher combined score jumps you up the ranking. The JATC acts as a dispatch center. When contractors need a new apprentice, they don't post a job. They call the JATC, and the JATC dispatches whoever is sitting at the very top of that list. Unlike a traditional job hunt where resumes get lost in the shuffle, the JATC system operates as a pure meritocracy. How fast you get hired is in your control, dictated strictly by how well you prepare for your test and interview. Once you get that call, your life as an apprentice begins. You work full-time for an electrical contractor, getting paid to learn the physical trade on active job sites, while attending JATC classes a few times a month to learn the theory and the electrical code. Take a look at this wages and benefits chart. Your financial progression is guaranteed. As you accumulate working hours in the field and pass your regular classes, your paycheck automatically increases at set intervals. The ultimate goal is graduating the program as a Washington State Journey-level electrician. By looking at the Journey Worker row on this chart, you can see the total package value reaches $86 an hour. That hourly rate represents the point where you transition from a trainee to a fully qualified professional. If you are ready to begin, the next step is looking up your local Washington JATC. Whether you are near Local 46 in Seattle, Local 112 in Kennewick, or any other regional hub, check their website for the next round of application dates. Remember, the Math Aptitude test filters out a substantial portion of applicants. To ensure your skills are sharp before you apply, visit electriciantutor.com, linked in the description below, to brush up on your algebra and reading comprehension. Navigating the application process takes time, paperwork, and serious study. But following this blueprint leads to a highly skilled career where that $86 hourly rate results in an annual total compensation of over $170,000, all with zero student debt.